Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Welcome to the Anime Mystics podcast. I am Roman.
I'm Steven Sonosuke-sama.
And, well, this is going to be another random episode.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to talk about as far as anime goes. But there's other things that we can bring up.
Yeah, it's kind of like a variety episode this time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think we'll be back on track next season? Like, what are you thinking next season? 'Cause this season's about to wrap up. What, by the end of the month? I guess.
Yeah,
April?
I think the next. I know one of the shows I want to watch starts on the 7th.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
it's coming up pretty quick.
Okay.
So whatever isn't going to continue into next season will probably end by either the next week or the week after.
Okay. Or probably next episode. Then we're gonna have to look at the next season and see what looks good.
Yeah. I know one of my shows was pushed back, so that was ReZero.
Oh yeah. Oof.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. There's a the elephant in the world.
Yeah.
So.
But before then, a quick update for the channel, I guess. Because of everything going on with the coronavirus, I am out of work for 3 weeks. So expect a lot of videos to be uploaded. Because I have plenty of time to do it all.
There you go. Lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah. I'll be stuck in my room. Well, not really, but, I'll be stuck at home. And there's only so much I could watch on TV. There's only so many times I could watch Ghost Adventures and Live PD before I'm like, I just want to go and record.
Yeah.
So expect me to catch up on everything and probably pick up stuff that I haven't even started yet. Like, I know somebody on the Discord asked about Overlord. I keep getting asked about Overlord, so I'll probably do that one.
Nice.
Depends on how many of the previous shows I get done, but I see that happening. And maybe something else, who knows. Other than that, I don't know when Belle's coming back. She's got a pretty weak immune system, so I don't want her really going out.
Yeah.
Especially with this virus, and it affects people with weak immune systems pretty badly.
Yeah. And the baby, too.
Yeah, plus the baby.
Yeah.
But even before then, she wasn't really giving me many, like, oh, I'll come up around this time type of situation. So I don't know. It's all up on her on when she's going to come up, and I don't know when that's going to be.
Well, in the meantime, I guess we're just going to have to entertain everybody, so we'll do our best.
Yeah.
So, absolutely, yeah. But, just stay tuned to the channel. I'm sure that we'll see more updates, and obviously we're going to crank out more videos, so.
Yeah, I'm sure you all saw my 3 videos for Bang Dream, so you know it's going to happen with everything else.
There you go.
Yeah, so be on the lookout. There's going to be a lot of videos.
Good. This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So.
But other than that, I don't have the coronavirus.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to just jump right into it?
Yeah, that's why we're all good.
All right. So yeah, we're living through some interesting times right now. If I call it Corona-chan, that's just my
meme name.
Yeah, there you go. My term of endearment for coronavirus.
Not like there isn't already a meme art,
man.
like all the fan art for it.
Man, it's so telling because when we've had outbreaks, even in our own times, we've had like H1N1 and swine flu and avian flu, SARS, and it never was like this. And I have ragged on this generation in the past for being overly sarcastic, but I'm starting to recognize it too as a coping mechanism. Like, sarcasm is how people kind of deal with it, and I'm okay with that because it means that people aren't, curling up in their room in the fetal position and sobbing. Yeah. So instead, this is kind of the way they deal with it, and in that regard, that I'm okay with that. I accept that.
Yeah. Just about everybody does something like that. If it's not sarcasm, it's something else.
Right. Yeah.
For some, it's curling up in a ball in a corner crying.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it goes without saying that, and it doesn't matter if it's Roman, myself, or anybody else you follow on YouTube or media or whatever, but definitely protect yourself. Stay safe. If you feel anything coming down, you're feeling any sort of illness, definitely seek help. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to your doctor. Take care of your loved ones. I'm personally taking care of my mom right now. she had a kind of a cough. She was having difficulty breathing, but this morning she felt a lot better. And I basically have made, like, quarantined her to the house. I told her she's absolutely not leaving at all whatsoever.
If you need something, call me.
Right,
basically.
right. And she is showing signs of improvement. So she has like compromised lungs. So really everything is like really worrisome. But she is feeling better. Now she's just coughing a lot, and I'm like, I'm going to take that as a good sign because that means everything's coming out. So, and that wasn't happening a week ago. A week ago, she wasn't even coughing. So now if we're on to the coughing phase, I'm like, all right, I'm okay with this. It means everything's getting out. So, yeah, so definitely take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones and your friends. And you know, this is a chance to catch up on everything. Like Roman is doing with making videos and his reactions, do the same. Catch up on your shows, catch up on your backlog, finish those games. This is the time to do it.
Yep.
Definitely check if you were released from your jobs, check out any of the unemployment claims, those services. Make sure that you get your appropriate compensation. So don't starve yourselves while you're, watching all 900 episodes of One Piece.
Right.
That was a meme too. They were like, on your 3 weeks, you can get caught up on One Piece. I was like, go do it, or no.
I know.
Madookami.
I know. At least California has waived the 1 week waiting period for your unemployment if you sign up.
Oh, there you go.
So you don't have to. You're not going to miss a whole week of pay.
Okay, nice.
I signed up because obviously I'm going to be out for 3 weeks, and it's really important that I get money because I need rent and all that.
Yeah. Gotcha doesn't pay for itself.
Exactly. Plus, as far as I know or heard, the Trump administration passed that thing to give everybody, $1,000?
Yeah, it's up to $2,000. It's going to be like $1,000 one for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks later it could be another $1,000.
I guess depending on the situation.
Right. I've even heard, I don't know if they confirmed it or if it was in, but I guess they were even talking that if this goes on for up to 3 months, it could be $3,000 in 3 months. So, but I'm not gonna use optimism bias and say, oh, well, things are looking up. We'll just let it play out, and in the meantime, like Roman said, fill out your claim forms, your unemployment and all that. Get your money, take care of yourselves.
Yeah, make sure you're able to pay your rent and your bills and everything.
Priorities.
You don't want to get. We're not like Italy where they're like, we're suspending bills and rent.
Yeah.
They still want their money.
Right.
So
they're still getting paid.
Make sure you have some way of getting some kind of pay so that you can stay in your houses and not get kicked out.
Yeah, totally.
Don't want any of that happening to anybody.
Yes, please don't. Please don't. Please take care of yourselves. Update your apps, because Grubhub and Postmates and all those guys, they're seeing an increase in service. I even said too, I was like, if you're healthy and you have a mask, get yourself some hand sanitizer and go work for Postmates.
Yeah.
They're seeing an increase in business. And now's the time. If you can handle it and you got a car, go make some side change right now. That's booming right now. The food delivery and food pickup, it's going crazy right now. A lot of the fast food restaurants are all shifting to like drive-throughs and to-go orders. So
right,
if you can,
the amount of people coming in, so nothing happens.
I heard my brother said too that what they're doing as well is they're actually just dropping it off at your doorstep, then going back to the car and calling you to be like, hey, your food's on the doorstep, so that they don't need to come in contact. So that's a suggestion. If you really need it, if you're up to it, if you can handle it, then by all means try to get some part-time employment with these guys, because they seem to be booming in business.
Yeah.
And we have to cope with it, because it's been affecting a couple things. Like Roman said, ReZero got delayed. Right. There was the Blu-ray of Monster Girl reviewers, Ishizoku reviewers, where it had the Aloe figure.
Right.
And I think I talked about that on the last podcast.
We did.
and then they go, oh, by the way, it's delayed, because the Aloe figure specifically is what's delaying it. I guess the warehouse got caught up. The one that produces that figure got caught up in COVID, and as a result, the whole thing got delayed.
Yeah.
So
I got the email because I actually pre-ordered it.
Oh, wow. Rip.
But the only issue was they didn't tell me till when. I had to actually go on the website to look.
Oh.
And they don't give you pictures of what you pre-ordered, so you got to guess. So I was going through all of my orders, like, okay, where are you? Okay, May. Okay. Yeah, so it was pushed back to May.
That's not too bad.
No, it's a couple of months.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Final Fantasy Remake, I know that they put out a statement last night as of the night of, or the day of this recording, and they said that they're not planning on delaying, but they will talk to, I guess, like the vendors. So, I mean, I know like Walmart and Costco and Target, they're still running, but and Amazon, I don't know. Amazon is, it's so weird because it's like they keep saying warehouse gets infected or warehouse got an infection, but they're still going, they're still operating.
I think they just put that guy out of their misery.
Probably.
And keep going.
Probably. They're just going to put him in a box and send him somewhere.
Yeah, just put him in the incinerator.
Right. Into the machine that recycles all the cardboard.
Right.
Throw him in there. So I can't imagine that the game gets delayed. GameStop, to my knowledge, isn't even closed. GameStop is still open.
Well, GameStop, I'm surprised, actually.
You know, I heard some very shady stuff actually during this scenario, the situation that we're in, where the employees were actually requesting the company, can we please shut off the interactive kiosks? You know, like the PlayStation or the Switch. You can just walk up and start playing it.
Yeah.
They were asking, hey, can we please turn them off? Because, you know, how are we going to maintain them? What if someone coughs on their hands and starts playing, you know?
Right.
They were like, well, how can we turn them off to discourage people from using them? They said no. And then they said, well, can we get cleaning supplies then? And GameStop effectively said, go get your own.
Yeah, I was going to say they're probably like, you can, but you have to buy it yourself.
Which, yeah, that's pretty, it's pretty jacked up.
It is.
And when I used to work at GameStop, so mind you, this was almost now 10 years ago. This was like, yeah, from 06 to 2011, I was there. I don't think we ever had an issue with that. Like, we always had Windex, we always had Clorox. So I don't know where this came from. I guess maybe because they're having trouble securing their own supplies as a company. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, I mean, with everybody panic buying.
Right. And so I guess they said that if it's really a big issue, that's why they said go buy it yourself. But at the same time, too, it's like if you're trying to reinsure your employees, that might not be the thing to say. You should say that we understand the need and we're working on it. We're going to get it to you guys as soon as possible. In the meantime, if you have some, bring them in and use them, because better safe than sorry. Yeah. I was going to say that GameStop should offer to compensate people, but that's not really something they do.
Right.
Quite honestly. But I would make it apparent that GameStop as a corporation wouldn't exactly be throwing their people out into the wild and be like, okay, deal with it yourselves. It's not reassuring, especially given the situation that GameStop is in as a company. It's like you don't want to give off a poor image with your employees. These are the guys you're trusting not to burn the store down and run off with all the merchandise. Mm-hmm. So telling them to just deal with the virus outbreak, just not good leadership.
Pretty sure, isn't the lockdown supposed to be only essential personnel out there?
Right.
So can't they get into a lot of trouble for having their employees working?
Not necessarily, because remember, it took a while for movie theaters to shut down. So entertainment industries seem to be like up to their own discretion.
Okay.
And I guess because video games aren't essential, but it would be like telling Barnes & Nobles, I guess, to close. To my knowledge, I don't know if they have or not. Maybe they have.
Pretty sure they have. I remember my cousin bringing that up once.
Okay. It's because you can go to Target, you can go to Walmart and pick up video games. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you only have GameStop to pick up games from, but I guess because they still see an opportunity to help people that get bored or are stuck inside, sell them a couple of games, sell them a couple of consoles. That's why they decided to stay open. So although is it essential? No, but is it being stubborn? Probably.
I mean, they could just download it.
Correct.
No need to put everybody else in danger just to go to a GameStop. Just download it off the system or something.
Yeah.
If you have the space.
Right, yeah, I was about to say. That's the big issue. The other issue, too, is that you have people that, like EA, that they just... if they want to like remove the game from you, even though you purchased it, they'll just disable it or block you from the game. Especially since most of their games now, if not all their games, have to be online constantly. So it's like if they want to just block you, they just take your money and then just block you.
Yeah.
Or they restrict you from using the game that you paid for. So that's a serious problem with digital distribution. I'm personally not a fan of digital. I love physical. I've been a physical guy. I grew up with it, so
yeah.
I'd
rather have physical too. That's why I haven't really switched over to PC.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough.
Plus, I'm no good with a keyboard and a mouse.
I used to do it. I used to do like Team Fortress Classic. That was my game back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a learning curve, but I'm sure I could get used to it again. Just need to really just get in there, mess around.
Most of them have controller support anyway. So.
True.
I just use a controller. Like when I was playing Overwatch on the PC, I just used my PS4 controller.
There you go. Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare actually has cross compatibility.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the remake you can cross play.
Nice.
But yeah, what else? In Japan, from Corona-chan, they've seen like Anime Japan got canceled. There was an Australian convention that was going to have Kana Ueda, the voice of Tosaka Rin, and then all the Rin faces. She was actually going to come down to that con in Australia, and they canceled her appearance.
Probably a smart move.
Yeah. Yeah, Corona-chan is just hitting like in all these random spots, and it's so weird. Where like even speaking of FGO, even FGO released a statement like in their game in their news, where they were like, because of Corona-chan, it could take us a minute because I guess they sent all the Aniplex people home and all the tech support and Q&A. They were like, yeah, just work from home. So it's all like, so it's like Albert's not logging on. No. Albert's like playing the Resident Evil 3 demo. He's like, yeah, Nemesis. So yeah, it was like so weird because you're getting all these emails and notifications from people that you would never think would be like, oh, this affected you too? Wow, it's getting everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
become a big thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And there was another one where they said, I'm not afraid of like Corona-chan. I'm still going to go out and get my copy of Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Which was actually, that one was still the 20th, but Doom got pushed back a day, right?
I think so.
Because I think I saw a meme about it. Where they show, was her name Elizabeth?
Isabel.
Yeah. And the Doom guy.
Yeah.
And they're like being all friendly and stuff, and then they brought that up and they show Isabel attack the Doom guy because now they're not being released the same day.
Wow.
So they don't have to be friendly.
Wow. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic.
So that was the whole reason for all the memes was they were getting released the same day. So everybody was like, go support Animal Crossing from the Doom people.
Yeah.
And the Animal Crossing people were like, go support Doom. So they all kind of came together. Mm-hmm. But now they're getting released on different days. So there's no reason to be like supportive.
Now I'm going to trade in my copy of Doom for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Which I think is it was getting released the 20th, wasn't it?
Yeah, so tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow from the day of this recording.
So I think Doom is being released today, and Animal Crossing tomorrow. Okay. I think that's how it is.
Okay. Yeah, because I have seen people on Twitch already playing it.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, that's so funky, releasing a game on a Thursday.
Yeah, I guess I didn't want both parties coming in on the release date and trying to contaminate.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. That is a good point. That is a good point.
Better space them out.
Yeah, that's actually a very, very good call. I didn't even think about that. That's the other thing too. They're coming up with all these creative ways to put that, that social distancing.
Yeah.
Actually, I apologize to Roman because we're not 6 feet apart. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. We're huddling over this microphone, spitting germs on each other. But yeah. They're like at restaurants, sit-down restaurants now. They have to have tables like in between each other. The theaters, until they started closing, because I believe Cinemark theaters and AMC theaters both said they're shutting down. But before that, they were filling up theaters 50% to capacity to keep people socially distanced from each other. So they're coming up with all these clever things. I came back on the subway train here locally in the San Francisco area, and I was like the only guy on the train.
Oh, wow.
At least in my like compartment or my car, my train car, I was the only one there. Nobody else was in there. And I was like, all right.
Well, you don't have to worry about any crazies then.
Right?
Was that Bart?
That was Bart, yeah.
Remember once I was on Bart and some crazy dude who apparently just got out of prison just started yelling at me because I reminded him of somebody who did something to him.
He probably found out that you were an Amelia fan.
Maybe, but I mean, I didn't do anything. I just kind of stood there. Now, you can go ahead and talk whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna entertain you. And then he got arrested again because everybody was like, "Yeah, can we get this guy off the train?" And then the cops were all like pointing at me like, "Anybody want to press charges against this guy?"
Against you?
Yeah,
I do.
And
You're an Amelia fan.
Everybody just started laughing.
Yeah.
Like, what? He was the guy getting yelled at.
I do. He's a dirty Amelia fan. He stole Rem's happiness.
It was delicious too.
Oh man, I'm not even in this fight. I'm a Ram guy, so I have no footing in this fight. I'm just like Corona-chan. I'm an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
Anywho, oh man. So yeah, it's wild. It's wild out there, and Roman got sent home. Roman's not working, but I am in the essential service, so I don't have that option. I am currently off. I took some time off from work, but I am expected to go back to work next week, and they are actually. It almost feels like they're cracking down on the people that are leaving or going home sick or whatnot. They're really like following that. I don't know why.
Oh, but to make sure you're actually sick?
Yeah, I guess maybe to prevent fraud, or I know it's definitely to make sure there's coverage. I get that part, but yeah, They're really, really going ham on people now at the job. So yeah, these are crazy, crazy times.
Yeah, you're still working. UPS, FedEx, USPS are still working.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Truck drivers, of course, because they have to deliver all the groceries to the stores and that are still open.
Yep, to the people that keep cleaning them out.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of photos from family members who go to grocery stores and the shelves are just completely empty. And it's like, the stores are going to be open for this entire thing, right? You don't have to panic buy.
Did you see someone actually made a toilet paper chun?
I didn't see that.
Oh my God.
I did see that they're putting toilet paper in claw games, along with hand sanitizer.
Have you seen that on Toriba yet?
I have not. But a friend of the family recorded his TV as they were talking about it on the news.
My goodness.
So yeah, I know it's real because it was on the news.
So last week I was able to go to the gym. Like last week, the gym was fine. Then I went to Japan, and then I came back, and then yesterday I drove up to the gym to see if it was open because there was a grocery store next to it, and I bought some food, and then I went next door to see if the gym's closed.
Yeah.
And I was all like, it was just open last week, and then boom, I went to Japan and now closed. Mm-hmm. And I'm all like,
so
womp womp.
You leave the country and everything goes.
I know, everything goes to hell, And Japan is just trucking along, man. They're just like, just a normal day. For Japan, it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
And over here, it's like the end of society. And I'm gonna diverge from my point for just a moment. But someone in my chat put it best. He was all like, I was expecting like Mad Max, and instead I got an Avengers Endgame. So, I was like, what can you say? Back then, when Mad Max was made, we didn't have the age of the internet. It's like, how do you deal with the apocalypse now? You make memes. So what can you do? To which the internet service providers all increased their bandwidth too because they knew that everybody's going to be online now. So they all bumped up their output.
Everybody's going to be on Netflix and Hulu and just playing games and just surfing the internet.
Yep. Yeah.
Streaming.
Yeah. And so I'm with Roman. It's like I basically just have my job, but then when I get home, what do I have to do? So I'm going to try to knock out some video games and maybe do an hour or two of anime a day and then hopefully get caught up because there was a bunch of shows from like last season, like not even going super far. Just last season alone I didn't watch. So they're all finished now, so I can just knock them out. So, and then if there's enough time permitting, then maybe I'll finally get to Bang Dream.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
Who knows? I keep giving you like images and gifs.
Yeah,
and all this stuff,
we'll talk about that in Japan. But just as a preview of things to come, Bang Dream has blown up in like 2019. Because when I was there in 2018, I swear to you, there was not that much Bang Dream stuff. Then something happened last year in 2019, and when I went there this time, there was so much Bang Dream. I was like, where did this all come from? Like, it was almost like the levels of Idolmaster or Love Live levels of merch. I was like, what?
It's all the merch that they couldn't sell when it first released.
Is that what it is?
No. I'm just saying. Because I remember when it was first released, I brought this up before, they couldn't sell anything.
Yeah.
I think it was Lawson's? They had a thing, like a collab with them, and they were telling people, come in and buy the stuff, please.
I remember seeing that.
We got to get rid of it. Please come buy it.
I remember seeing that, yeah.
And now it's like you said, it blew up. It's not as big as Love Live or anything like that, but it's getting there.
Right. Yeah.
Especially like now they're adding in a new band. And yeah, who knows what else they're going to do. I know the guy that runs Bandori, or he says he wants it to go into like after high school where they're in college and like stuff like that. So he has plans.
Wow.
See how far this goes.
We'll get back to that when we get to Japan talk.
Cool.
Because the Bang Dream issue needs to be
addressed.
Yes.
The issue.
Apparently, yeah. But hey, props to Bang Dream. They avoided Corona-chan. So
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it for my Corona-chan update. I mean, like I said, the moral of the story though, don't panic buy. Take care of yourselves. Keep up on the important issues.
Right.
Know that as long as you protect yourself,
wash your hands,
cover your mouth with your elbow, preferably,
or
wash your hands.
Don't use your hand.
Yeah, don't use your hand.
And if you do have hand sanitizer with you,
right,
do something to make sure that you're not spreading any kind of disease, not just the corona.
Right.
Any kind of disease.
Right.
Because it still sucks being sick.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And as Steve said, don't panic buy. The stores are still open.
Yeah.
You're still going to be able to get your groceries. Maybe not TP and paper towels, but everything else you'll still be able to buy.
Yeah. What's so funny too is they also bought out all the ramen, so it's like, you weebs.
Man,
I
was thinking of that too.
They bought all the instant ramen.
Instant ramen, super cheap. You could buy like a ton of it, and you'd be set for a while.
Nerds.
But I need to buy eggs. I like eggs. I could just eat eggs.
Oh man, when I went to the store, we are living in the most desperate and trying of times when I have to buy organic. All they had were organic eggs, and I was like, son of a. And I had to buy a pack of organic eggs. I was like, that's how you know the world is ending, when you got to take me for another $2 for a carton of eggs.
Yeah. Was it just a 12-pack?
No, it was an 18-pack.
Okay, well, at least it was a dozen and a half.
Yeah. And they got me, charging me that upcharge. Yeah. So that's what's going to mark the end of the world.
Thankfully, I bought eggs before the whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Like the whole lockdown.
Yeah.
So I bought two 18-packs because I didn't have the 5 dozen, which I usually buy. Everybody was buying those up.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too, because there was like a couple of packs, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to support the organic industry. Damn hippies. So, I
don't even know the difference, really.
I know! Whatever. Getting triggered. But yeah. Honestly, about that, I know we're extending this even long. I'm going to try from, at least until this kind of simmers down a bit, I'm actually going to try to buy my stuff online through like grocery pickup.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that when I need to go back for more supplies.
I actually think a lot of the places are doing free shipping.
Oh, really?
Because of it.
Nice.
Because everybody's going to be at home and they can't go.
Okay.
Especially like the elderly.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, if you have elderly people, there are some stores that are having like an hour where elderly people can go and do their shopping before everybody else. So if you know somebody who needs to go get groceries and they're elderly, let them know. I know one of them's Dollar General.
Yep.
It's not like the greatest store, but it's something.
Right. Yeah, you're right. There, I think Walmart said the same thing, and maybe Target. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
look that up to see if your store is offering that service.
Yeah, because we got to look out for them. They're also at risk of the disease because they're elderly. Their immune system isn't as good as it used to be.
Absolutely. So, get your supplies. Don't panic. Wash your hands. Catch up on your backlog. Relax.
And we'll get through this.
That's right. What was it? Go to the Winchester and grab a pint and wait for this to blow over?
Yeah. If you have a Winchester, go.
There you go. So, all right. I'm going to wrap it up there with Corona-chan for this update, this Anime Mystics health update.
Right.
So, and from that, I'm going to actually segue into the next segment, so today, the recording of this podcast, we saw the release of the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis demo.
Right.
Which is funny given that we are in a pandemic right now. So
just not zombies.
Just not a zombie. Not yet.
Which a lot of people are upset about.
Like I said, less Fallout, less Mad Max, more Avengers Endgame. So, yeah. So, and I actually wanted to segue this into both. We have Final Fantasy VII Remake,
right?
Which I believe is also coming out like not too long between the two games.
I think it was next month, right?
Yeah, they're both like next month. And originally it was supposed to be, I think Final Fantasy was supposed to be March, and then Resident Evil was going to be April, or maybe they were even on the same day at one point. I don't remember.
Right.
But today was the release of the Nemesis demo. And previously, so this happened, I believe, last week, because it was like, I think it was like Tuesday before I left Japan. The remake demo came out, and so I made it a point that I wanted to play it. I was like, regardless of my school or midterms or whatever's going on, I'm going to play the remake demo.
Right.
And so, did you play it? Did you get a chance?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a TV right now.
Oh, for reals?
My grandmother's broke, so I gave her mine.
Got it. Okay. Okay, so the remake demo came out, and it definitely is changed up. It's like a lot of the moments, because so the remake demo that came out is literally the same demo that came out back in like 96. It was the whole first reactor segment with Cloud and Barrett. I think in the demo Tifa was in there too, even though Tifa didn't have any dialogues or anything.
Probably because I needed a third person.
Yeah, and just to kind of showcase Tifa. So what they did was, it's definitely more combat oriented. So if you played like 14 or 15, you're already kind of there. And also more so, they also said that they stylized it a lot off of Kingdom Hearts 3. And you can kind of see that because even Cloud now has like mid-air juggles. Oh. I'm like, okay, well that wasn't there. And so, yeah, if you want kind of a hack and slash style, you can use Cloud. Eventually they give you access to Barrett. And Barrett is kind of like a third person Gears of War style, where he kind of prods along, and then you lock onto a target, and then you shoot. You can hold down the button, and then he shoots like a power blast. Mm-hmm. And he can basically get all the flying or out of range enemies, and then you switch back to Cloud, and then Cloud will take on like the land or smaller, easier to reach enemies. And so the gameplay is interesting. I'm a huge hack and slash beat 'em up fan, so I'm all about it. I appreciated it.
Right.
When I saw the early trailers, I was kind of like, this looks so clunky. But it seems to me that they fine-tuned it a lot. I was actually really more impressed with Tifa's gameplay, because Tifa looked more like a beat 'em up. So I was like, okay, Tifa's definitely my ballpark here. But It seems to be giving everyone very diverse styles. So now I'm really more interested or want to see how like Vincent and Yuffie are going to play like. If everyone is going to get a unique fighting style, I'm curious to see how all the other people are going to play out.
Right.
I mean, I don't even know what they're going to do with Kate Sith. That's going to be awkward.
It's going to be weird.
Yeah. I mean, granted, we might have an idea, because we do have Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh, he's in that, isn't he?
That's Vincent's own game. So, and that was kind of like a third-person shooter. But that one was almost more like Gungrave. I don't know if you ever played Gungrave.
No, I do see that on your shelf.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a third-person, like, run and gun. So you would, like, basically run down a corridor, shoot everything, like, evade, roll, shoot. There was a melee button. So I would imagine it would be like that. So I'm sure it's going to be kind of like Barrett's lock-on shoot style, but he has also kind of a rush-down element too, because Vincent's very mobile.
Right.
So you can thank Advent Children for that.
Thank you, Advent Children.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was a really good job. I'm curious, like I said, to see all the other depictions. I do want my Japanese voices because I want Sakurai and Maya Sakamoto as Cloud and Aris. And I'm not even an Aris guy. I'm a Tifa guy through and through, but,
right.
Sakurai and Maya Sakamoto. So, hey, there's that.
Yeah, you said they only had the English voice cast.
Yeah. In the demo, they only had the English cast, which I believe is still the same guys from Advent Children and Kingdom Hearts. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they've changed in that regard, but
still. I'm a weeb. I want the Japanese.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I also did hear some of the classical music got remixed, so I was glad to see that they're sticking true to the OST, the original. But yeah. Excuse me. It was it was a fun demo. They changed the ending though.
Oh, did they?
Oh, I'm choking. They changed the ending of what happened to the reactor. And some people were raising eyebrows at that. Oh, excuse me. So, I'm coughing now because I'm giving you guys a spoiler warning for the demo. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning. So, at the end of the demo, they detonate the bomb, but the bomb doesn't blow up the reactor like in the original game did. Remember how the one little bomb blew up everything?
Yeah.
Well, in this one, it was like the bomb just kind of blew up like the little furnace part. And then the president of Shinra, he tells Heidegger to blow the whole thing up. And they blow the whole thing up. And I'm like, what? And I was like, what sense does that make? It's like, we live in the game, we live in a world where, everybody loves Shinra, right?
Yeah.
Except for, Barrett's hometown. But everybody else, already loves Shinra. Why would they need to blow up their reactor to make Avalanche look bad? You could just let them blow up their little bomb and then just take a picture of it and be like, yeah, look what these jerks did. Screw these guys. These guys suck. And everyone would rally behind Shinra. Yeah, screw those guys. They suck. Ah! You wouldn't need to blow up your own reactor to make them look bad. I'm like, what sense does that make? And I guess it was because we're retconning it. Because you think about all the people that were killed as a result of that reactor being blown up. And all the people, that lost, all the resources, the power to their house and all of that.
I don't think Avalanche cares, really.
No, they don't. But that was the image they got in the original game. When they blew it up themselves, it was like, yeah, these guys were terrorists. Everyone's like, oh, Cloud's the best. Put Cloud in Smash! And then they did. Yeah. And it was like, that Cloud probably killed hundreds of innocent employees, right? That were just chilling in that reactor. They're working the graveyard shift, and they're like, all right, well, we got to make sure these people get power. Well, and then they got blew up.
Nobody is truly innocent. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, Same thing, someone said that, too, about Reno. They were like, yeah, Reno was the one who put the bomb and blew up Sector 5. And everyone's just like, yeah, Reno, yeah! And it's like, he's a mass murderer. Why are you cheering for him? What's wrong with you?
Was Reno the one with the red hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, they're not good people. That's why they're bad. That's why we rooted for Sephiroth when he murdered them. So, that was the wrath of the planet, basically. So, yeah, it was really funky. That was a weird move for Square to do. And it's like, Square, please don't be revisionists. Stick by what you've done. You know
what you did.
Yeah, right. Because they did that too in the Last Order OVA, which was the one where it was talking about the Turks and all of that that came out after Advent Children. And what did they do? They reversed history, or they rewrote history with, I think, the way that Sephiroth fell down in the reactor at the Nibelheim reactor. God, I can't remember. I know that they revisioned history, though, in that OVA, and it was like, that's not how that went down. But yeah. Because what was it? It was like Zack was the one that stabbed Sephiroth or something like that? It was really, really funky. But yeah, they basically undid what they did in the game. And there was really like no point for that. It was like, all right. So, Square, stick to what you did. Live up to it. Own up to it, man. You guys wrote it.
Yeah.
This game's been out for like 23 years now. Suck it up. So, yeah.
Maybe this is part of their we don't want to make the same game kind of thing.
Right?
We're just going to change some random stuff and make people upset.
Hey, you're talking about someone that even as a Tifa fan, I wasn't even upset about the sports bra. So, like, for me, I actually think that makes sense because it's like...
More practical.
Yeah, I'm all about the Opie life. Opie is life. I get that. Right. But if she's a martial artist, those things are going to smack her in the face. You know, it's like you can be casual about it. She can take it off when she's back home or at the bar or whatnot. That's fine. But in a combat situation, you know, where she doesn't want to get, shot, Zach, she might want to keep those, in place or something. And at the same time, too, it's all like, I get it, too, because it's like, I make that argument all the time. It's fantasy. It's fake. It doesn't need to be realistic. I know. I get that. So what I'm saying, too, is that if they have it, whatever. If they didn't have it, also whatever. I'm okay either way. Personally, this isn't something that's going to keep me up at night, and it's not going to get me screeching. It's not something that's really going to bother me, honestly.
I've had nightmares about it.
Yeah?
No.
I'm sorry. Hey, it's Square. They might just sell you the non-sports bra version DLC later.
Maybe give us our High School of the Dead situations.
Yeah, for reals. Yeah, and I mean, if that did have it, I would be okay with it too. I'd be like, heh, DOA physics. I'm okay. I'm good with this. Which is funny because Team Ninja does Dissidia NT, and they put Tifa in there then they did the original Tifa, so no sports bra. Right. And sure enough, it looked good too. I was like, both versions I'm okay with. I'm okay with how she looked in Dissidia NT, and I'm okay with how she looks in Remake. Doesn't really bug or bother me. So
the boobs don't make the person.
Right. Which we'll get into in a minute because we're going to talk about Jill in Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Right.
But yeah, and they keep on Final Fantasy VII Remake, they keep inflating the gameplay. Now they're saying there's going to be like hours and hours of side quests in the game, even though it's going to be all Midgar is going to be like 45 hours long. It's like, geez. And I'm like, I'm really, really curious. They said it's going to be a trilogy. So if the first part is all Midgar, I'm like, are we missing something? Are they lying to us? Are they just saying that we're just telling you that it's all Midgar, but it goes beyond that? Are they going to remove the world map? So it's like once you leave Midgar, they just kind of show up in the next area and then just progress on. So it's really got me curious. I think honestly, I think they're lying to us. I think that they're only stressing Midgar because they're expanding on it, but I think that the game will encompass the whole first disc. Personally, I think it's going to be the whole first disc.
I mean, it should. The game was 3 discs.
Yeah. But at the same time, too, I could also be like, it could go 50-50 because the other thing, too, is that the other 2 discs in the original release were so big because they were all cutscenes.
Right.
Then the cutscenes took up all the space on the disc. So that's why when you looked at disc 2 and disc 3, a lot of the old areas were cut off or inaccessible for whatever reason. They just cut them out to fit room for the cutscenes. So those FMVs, at the time they were massive. So
yeah. And
discs at that time were only 700 megs. So now you can get a $3 SD card with a gig.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they're talking it's 100 gig download. I'm like, there's more to it than Midgar. There has to be. I can't see 100 gigs being dedicated just to Midgar alone. I don't know if it's that detailed, that in depth, but at the same time, I don't know. Considering that everything was cutscenes, they really could probably spread it out. It could be that everything post Midgar all the way until where did they end? Temple of the Ancients is where they ended the
second disc.
Yeah, they ended the first disc and started the second disc, and then the third part of the trilogy could just be the rest of it. It could be Sephiroth, the meteor, the crater, the impact, the meteor being summoned, and then all the way to the end of the game. So, it could be. that it will be three full games. So we'll see. We will honestly see. I'm not going to get that $300 version with Cloud on the bike. I'm good. But if that's you, man, more power to you, man. I'm going to see maybe I can get the deluxe edition, and I'll be cool with that. But yeah.
I have to check them out and see what they have. I might just end up getting the regular disc.
The regular? That's fine.
Because, yeah, I mean, right now I don't even have a TV, so I can't even play it.
Yeah, fair.
But TVs are pretty cheap. I can pick one up.
Yeah.
They're like, what, 150 for a 30-something inch TV? That's what I had before.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, maybe this weekend I wouldn't even be surprised if you see some fire sales or some like Black Friday type sales because people are at home, you know.
Yeah.
And on top of that too, with people knowing they're getting money, on top, let's remember too, people still got paid because this happened like in the middle of the week, so people still got like last or final paychecks.
Yeah, I'm getting my final paycheck tomorrow.
Yeah, see. So people are still getting paid. Plus, they are collecting the unemployment. I'm not telling you this is what you need to do or that you have to do this or not. But I'm just saying that there are people that can make it work, have options.
Right.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if retailers, especially like Walmart or Amazon, on their online shopping, do kind of like a Black Friday type sale because they know people are at home and they need stuff to do, so they might start selling stuff. So that's my conspiracy theory.
Which will work out for me because I need to get my grandma a new TV.
So there you go. So definitely, I would check that out.
And her last TV was 50 inches, so
oh jeez,
I need to get her one at least the same size because this one's a 32 and it's a downgrade.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it wasn't even like it completely broke. You could still hear sound, just that you can't see anything. It's one of those situations. I guess the lamp on the inside burned out, and we don't know how to fix it. So.
Yeah, and most of the time, too, if you even took it to a repair guy, they're probably going to all tell you, oh, just it's cheaper just to buy another one.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
All right. So that means you got to go recycle that old one?
Yeah, I know there's a place in Livermore I could do it.
Nice. Remember, even though this is a time of interesting circumstances, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Everything.
Everything. So, all right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, when FF7 drops, and if provided I get it on release date, you know, I'll probably be done with my backlog, so I might be able to play it on release. I'll let you guys know when I get a chance to get hands on.
Cool.
And that was half of it. The other half of it was the Nemesis remake. So Resident Evil remake. So let's talk about the Jill Valentine issue. Basically, right. They put pants on Jill. Again, just like Tifa, for me, it's not really the end of the world. But what is interesting is that they made the argument that, oh, you know, it's impractical and blah, blah, blah. And off air, I had this rant with Roman where I said that it wasn't about making her fan servicey or not. That wasn't the problem. It was the fact that you're basically saying that beautiful or gorgeous looking people aren't capable. Like, she can't be a special forces agent. She's hot. What kind of an argument is that? You know, it's like, and on top of that too, I believe at one point they said that Resident Evil 3 Nemesis specifically took place in September and they were experiencing a heat wave. So there was a reason for her to be dressed in a tube top and a skirt and not a mini skirt, but it was a skirt. It came down to her knees. So it was hot. It was steamy, humid weather. They're also in the middle of the forest because this was in Colorado, I believe, is Raccoon City. Yeah. So there was story purposes to why she was dressed like that, but they were just so focused on cleavage. Like what? So it's just, that's what bothers me, is that they're making the whole argument that, you know, hot people can't be capable, and it's like there's plenty of good-looking people that are wonderful artists, chefs, mechanics, all sorts of industries, soldiers, all sorts of police officers, all sorts of professions. And there are people that maintain themselves, they look good, they're healthy. What's the problem? You know? And we'll talk about that in an issue about superheroes, because I had another rant about that, but that kind of ties into the whole thing too. You know, they just get so bothered by how the character looks instead of what the character can do. And again, it's one of those things where actions speak louder. And when you see what Jill can do, they take the part where Carlos hits on Jill, and then she just basically goes, she like smirks and goes, "F you." So, they made her more, like, harder, like, more grizzled. And so it was like, that's fine. Again, that's fine. Jill was always a badass. Ever since her original incarnation, she was always a badass. Like, she's in a mansion full of zombies and she takes a shotgun to their face. Come on! That's how much more of a strong, independent woman do you want? So it was interesting with Jill and all that. And I'm a huge Jill fan.
Right.
So Jill might be one of my favorite Resident Evil characters. And Resident Evil isn't like super, super big for me, but Nemesis was definitely my favorite game of the franchise. So Jill has a special place in my Kokoro. And I use her in MVC2 as well. Her MVC3 version was kind of awkward.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was really, really weird. It was definitely different, but I liked Jill in MVC2.
But they completely changed her skill set.
Controls.
What they did with Dante a little. Just not as bad.
Well, Dante was interesting because Dante in Marvel 3 actually played like Dante in Devil May Cry 3. So if you were like familiar with Dante's combos and chains, then you almost had like 60% of the way there using Dante in Marvel 3. So Dante was great.
Okay.
But Jill in like MVC2 was kind of like a Ryu type. She had like a Dragon Punch, kind of a fireball. More like Captain America. Well, in Captain America was a Ryu clone. So yeah, Dragon Punch. She had like a shield charge. She had projectile. So she was a very straightforward character, but she was just ridiculous and fun to use. So
right.
That was great. So in this one, in Remake though, she's running around like Claire and Leon did in Remake 2. But they have now created the dash or the evade option as a button, where it used to be kind of a coincidence. You had to really time it, but you had to be in the aiming stance holding down R1, and then you needed to hit the shoot button right as they were like attacking you, and then you would evade. But it still wasn't the best, because sometimes if you evaded and you were like up against the wall, it was still hard, because then the enemy would just attack you again and you couldn't escape because it was tank controls.
Yeah.
So to turn around and run in like the opposite direction, it was very hard to get away. And some instances it was great, it worked in your favor, but sometimes you would just get like, you would evade Nemesis's punch and then he would just punch you the second time. So the evade was a good interesting idea, but in execution in Nemesis Original, it was kind of like poorly executed, I felt. But in this one, it seems very, very better, much better. And they have the perfect dodge as well. So if you do it at just the right time, then the enemy is kind of like in a stun. So you can go and counterattack them. And I believe it does extra damage as well when you do that. So it almost reminds me of like, was it the Witch Time in Bayonetta when you do a perfect evade? And then it slows down time so you can counterattack. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of that. Okay. But again, this was just the demo, so I could be completely wrong. So I'm going to mess around with the demo a little bit later today. So maybe next podcast, or maybe when the game actually officially releases, I'll come back and do like a full hands-on report. But I am excited. I hope that Mercenaries comes back, because I always loved Mercenaries. Resident Evil 5, I think, really had a good Mercenaries mode in it. So Mercenaries is just glorified Hunk from Resident Evil 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. So that was good. So, but the changes that they did, it was like they took Mr. X from Resident Evil 2 Remake, and then they kind of made him scarier, because Roman and I were watching a stream just now. It's still playing right now, yeah. on as we're recording. But Nemesis now can just basically spawn on and off screen whenever he feels like. It seems like whenever you're in a vicinity or on a spot of the map where he can spawn, then he will just do whatever. And if he gets off camera, he'll just jump in front of you. So,
just walk out of a building.
Just walk right out. So I read an article where they said, that Nemesis will still break into save rooms. But I was watching Maximilian play last night, and he would duck into the save room and Nemesis would not pursue. So someone said that, it's just the demo, so they could be, saving it, which is valid. So for now, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt, and when I get hands-on on the final release, we will come back to this point, because it could be something that they're hyping up, just like the Jill costume thing where they're like, oh yeah, that's not practical to put her in a tube top, and then they turn around and make the tube top a DLC costume. It's like, are you kidding me? You guys said we're not going to do that, and then you do it. It's like, oh my god. All right. I am hoping though that they also do like what they did with Resident Evil 2 Remake and give us the original like blocky polygon costumes. I love those so much. I love the blocky look. Everyone did that too with like Final Fantasy 7 where they were all like the blocks. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that they do that. I would love that. They give us blocky Jill and blocky Carlos. That would be fantastic. But yeah, the Nemesis has more options to get you. He can throw out his whip and drag you towards him. He can just put you down in the ground. It's really intense. So this is going to be rather interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what the speedrunners can do with it, because Resident Evil 2 speedruns are some of my favorites right now. I always go and like kind of watch them. And I'm sure that once this drops, all of my Twitch is all going to be Resident Evil. It's all of them. Because again, I follow a lot of like FGC guys and speedrunners, and they're FGC guys, which means they play Street Fighter, which means Capcom, which means they're gonna play it. They all follow the same. So right. Justin Wong is gonna be on it. Maximilian's gonna be on it. I know Aris avoiding the puddle, the Tekken player. He's playing it right now as we speak. So yeah.
Oh, is that who this is?
No, this is Carcinogen is playing right now on my TV. Carcinogen, he does at GDQs. He's done Resident Evil 7. He's done Silent Hill. So I think he did Resident Evil 2 as well. Resident Evil 2 Remake. Oh, okay. So he doesn't do speedrunning as much these days because he's more focused on other types. Yeah, because they have different categories.
Yeah.
And so right now his big thing is like doing no damage runs. So he beats the entire game doing no damage. So one that he just uploaded not too long ago was like Resident Evil 2 Remake, Claire B storyline, no save, no damage, no box. No, he doesn't use the item box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what he does now. Kind of like, and it's his way to kind of distinguish himself, to break away from everybody else that just does speed runs.
Right.
So, that's his way of standing out. So, good. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably, even when I get my own copy, I'll probably still watch other people who are better at it play. Because I didn't play Resident Evil 2 Remake until almost like a week or two after the game released. And then I got it off my brother because he was playing Red Dead Redemption. So I said, hey, while you're doing Red Dead, let me play Resident Evil real quick. And that's how I played it. So
yeah.
It's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to wait for a minute before I start playing.
Cool.
But yeah, so look forward to a future update when Resident Evil comes out, just like FF7. And hopefully Roman can get a TV too, because... did you play the originals?
I played the original Resident Evil 2. I think I played a little bit of 3. And I think the last one I played... Which one was the one that was in Africa? Was that 6?
That was 5.
That was 5? I played 5. Yeah. Me and a friend of mine went through 5 in like a couple days.
Cool. Yeah, I think 5 was the end of like the good ones.
Yeah.
Because, 5 was ridiculous, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he punched a boulder. He punched a boulder. So, yeah, 5 was absolutely absurd, but it was dumb fun. And, I mean, that's what video games are all about, is dumb fun.
Right.
So, yeah.
As long as you're not, misinterpreting women and treating them badly. And...
Telling them, you're too hot to be capable. You're too hot to be firing a gun and surviving a zombie apocalypse. No way! Oh my god. And I know there's a bunch of people going to be like, that's not what we're saying. It's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You're jealous. You're jealous that she's hot and she can survive a zombie apocalypse. And she don't need no man doing it, alright?
Darn right.
So yeah. So, yeah. That's 2 remakes. 1997 and 1998 is coming back.
Yeah.
What's funny is that's actually not too far off the truth, too, because was it a week or two ago Castlevania Season 3 came out?
Yeah.
So,
which I still have to watch.
I mean, I only watched Season 1, and I wasn't too big on it. But I did, at the very end, when I saw Alucard was doing his teleportation from Symphony of the Night, I was like... Ugh. So there you go. You have Symphony of the Night, Resident Evil 3, Final Fantasy 7. It's 1997 all over again. 1998, 1997 all over again. Actually, yeah. This is what they know. It's like, no. Yeah, no, Resident Evil 2 was 96, and then Nemesis, I think, was 98, 99. 99, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's basically that era right there, all coming back. So Final Fantasy 7, Symphony of the Night, 97, and I think Nemesis was 98, 99.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's all. We're coming back to the late 90s, baby.
History repeating itself.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Alrighty.
So, real quick, on the anime front, because like I said, this is a variety episode. So, Roman and I did see Uzaki-chan right before we started recording this.
The trailer.
So, that one looks fun. Hopefully that one doesn't get delayed.
Hopefully. I mean, it comes out in the summer, July, so
Yeah.
maybe by then most of this gets blown over.
Yeah. And I've never read... So, I've seen all the memes of, like, Uzaki and Nagatoro, and I did see the first season of Takagi, so I'm very familiar with the romantic comedy and, cute girl bullies dude she actually has a crush on. So I get it, and it's a really cute genre, but outside of, like, the first season of Takagi-san, I've never really messed with any of these. But that's just because I'm waiting for Nagatoro to get an anime.
Yeah.
They did do a commercial where Nagatoro had a voice actress.
Yes.
And I don't know who the voice actress was. But yeah, that was pretty cute. So, I didn't even look up to see who plays Uzaki-chan in the anime, but I'll do that later.
I remember when I first saw the first chapter to Nagatoro. People hated her so much.
Oh, she's kind of a dick. She's really, but to be fair, she gets her comeuppance every now and then. Like, she gets put in embarrassing scenarios.
Yeah.
So it's like she gets dicked with, just like she messes around with the dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now it's completely turned around.
Yeah.
I think I was like one of the only people who was like, come on, she likes this dude.
Right. Right. So, yeah,
it's the whole I'm gonna pick on the guy I like kind of thing.
Right. It's a not quite a form of tsundere. I don't know what's the exact term of it. Someone's gonna need to fill me in. But yeah. It's kind of like that. It's like with the tsundere where it's like you get irritated, but this form of tsundere is like you irritate them.
Right.
So, yeah.
She's also kind of a yandere.
Oh, yeah?
She gets very angry when he hangs out with anybody else.
Right. Nagatoro is very possessive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love those are some of my favorite memes too. Nagatoro's stare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or the other one when she's drinking out of the juice box and then they write what's in the juice box. Like, hard facts to accept, and she's drinking the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one of her stares as the emote in a Discord.
Oh, yeah, that's
I think
true.
you've used it a few times.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite faces. When it's like, I used that, like, the first time I went to Japan 2 weeks ago. I was like, could go to Japan, catch coronavirus, and die. But first class is open, round trip, and then it's the Nagatoro stare. Oh, man, yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and then speaking, like we just said, so they hated on Jill Valentine because she was hot, and so they used Uzaki to try to raise people to come to blood drives in Japan.
Donate blood.
Yeah, and then they got mad at that. And they took the poster down, I think, for a minute, but I think they put it back up eventually.
They brought her back for another blood drive.
Yeah, and then they brought her back. So I was like, good. She's just a mascot. Relax. Jeez.
Yeah.
Man. So it's just I don't know why boobs scare people these days, man. It's like,
I don't know.
I shared that meme in the Discord of Mama Raiko being the friendly quarantine mom.
Oh yeah.
She brings you chicken nuggets and Monster Energy drinks. So it's like what's wrong with boobs, man? People are just come on. They're natural. They happen. You know?
Get over it.
Yeah, it's so it's like, if people want to say that the series is dumb, like they would do it with Tejina Senpai, where they were like, it's just dumb, and I hate it because it's so dumb. It's like, I'm not really going to argue on the content of the show. It is dumb, but it's also anime, and for me, it's just, I'm desensitized to it more or less, I guess, and I'm just like, it's just more of the same that I've already said. It's just, now she's just a dumb klutz magician girl. It just doesn't bug me. So, if you want to riot act it because the premise is dumb, I'm not gonna dispute you on that. But to just be like, she's dumb because she's got big boobs. I mean, come on, really? That's just silly argument. So
there are plenty of girls with small boobs that are dumb too. Come on.
Oh man, as I got my Kimono Michi merch. So I got, when I bought the Kimono Michi merch, I guess because I spent enough money, I got to go and do the roulette, and I actually got a postcard of the little demon girl, the flat one.
Hanako?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a postcard of her in a swimsuit. So
nice.
So flat and dumb. There you go. She just wants to eat everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. So, like I said, I think even though this one's July, but this does remind us that maybe the next episode we're gonna have to look into April, starting in it. That'd be spring season, right?
Yeah, spring season.
So we're gonna have to look into the spring season and see what's interesting and what's coming up. So we might have to check that out. But for now, Uzaki-chan.
Your Otome game.
That's coming out, right?
Yeah, that comes out this season.
I read that on the plane ride to my last trip. It was not what I expected. I was expecting that to be way, way different. But what I actually read was actually endearing. I was expecting this to be just dumb humor, and instead it's like the sweetest bowl of sugar. I completely was caught off guard. I was like, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be interesting.
Nice.
I can see a lot of female anime fans latching onto this one. This one is right up their alley. Not because it's an Otome game setting, but because the main character resonates with them and their way of thinking and how they view Otome games and the characters in Otome games. I'm like, this is them. This is literally them. This is them in anime form. This character, was it Charlotte, I think?
Oh, I don't know.
Is them. It's them. And so yeah. What's funny though is that I only have volume 1. I don't know if there's any more coming out, and the anime is about to drop too. So
yeah.
But yeah, I need to go see if there's any more volumes of that. But yeah, that one's going to be a good one. I'm going to watch that one. I'm excited for that one.
But yeah, I'll be watching it.
That was pretty good. Yeah, and that's like it. It's like all I know. Bleach got re-announced. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, they're doing another anime for that. I don't know, is it a full anime or just an OVA? Because I didn't actually
me neither.
read anything.
I didn't, me neither.
I didn't watch the original Bleach.
So I know that they have been continuing it, but they it's following the that vice captain, the 69 guy, the guy that has a tattoo of 69 on his cheek. Was it Shuhei, I think was his name? And apparently it's still been going on, and it's just following him now. Like, he became the main character.
Okay.
I have no idea what he's doing or what the plot lines is. Aizen came back. So I don't know what any of that means, but maybe we'll have to get Missy back on, or Kimihako.
Yeah.
We'll have to get her back on, and she can talk to us about it, because that shit was all about Bleach. That was her life.
So she might know more.
Yeah, she might be our Bleach expert, so we'll have to bring her on and pick her brain.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll be interesting. But we got Uzaki-chan in July, so that means ReZero and Uzaki are both going to be in July, huh?
Right.
So yeah, we'll probably be doing that, maybe June then, after Fanime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it gets canceled, but who knows?
So I have... So, if Trump gives me $1,000, which I don't think he will because I'm still employed, I'm going to Japan. If Fanime gets canceled, I'm going to Japan. If it's Tuesday, I might go to Japan. Like I said, man, I couldn't get over the fact that Shotgun Shogun was streaming himself from Shinjuku Park, and I'm like, you see, it's not just me, man. Everybody's going to Japan. Everybody is going to Japan. So, and with that, actually, that'll probably be my segue into discussing Japan round 2. Unless closing thoughts on upcoming anime or Uzaki-chan. Fire away.
I don't know much about Uzaki-chan, so I'm looking forward to the anime.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right.
Because again, I don't read the manga or anything. I just know she was the mascot for the blood drive that everybody was up in arms about.
Yeah. Big surprise.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. All right, let's see.
Japan round 2.
Japan round 2. Okay, so here's the thing. I did go back to Japan because I didn't learn my lesson and I didn't die. So I was like, let me go tempt fate again. Essentially, I went back for personal reasons this time. I do have a friend who lives out there. He's a wonderful Resident Evil. The Resident Evil 3 poster in Resident Evil.
April 3rd, 2020.
Oh, jeez. And so the purpose of my trip this time was I wanted to touch base with him because I am planning an actual trip in December. And so I am going out there and I'm going to be spending New Year's over there. So I'm leaving Christmas Day and I will be returning after New Year's. So around like January 8th, I'll be back. And I wanted to talk to him about, visiting the temple for New Year's, and I wanted to do the Wrestle Kingdom, and I wanted to go to Comic-Con Winter, and I wanted to see what he thought about all of that, and see how we get tickets, and how do we sign up, what do we got to do, where do we got to go, and just, plan it, coordinate it. Right. And so, actually, I'm gonna sidetrack for just a moment. Speaking of Wrestle Kingdom, Corona-chan actually is making WrestleMania, WWE's show. They're filming. It was going to be, I think, in Orlando. So now, though, instead of doing the stadium, they're actually going to do it in their performance center, which is like their training area,
right?
And no audience.
But they're going to stream it.
They're still going to stream it. It's just not going to have like Titantron and fireworks and explode. It's none of that. It's just going to be like
That's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole crowd is usually what gets you pumped.
30,000 plus people, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sure, the wrestlers, but
yeah.
It's usually the crowd just builds up your excitement. Mm-hmm. And now none of that's going to be there? They could at least do the Titantron.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. They might. I mean, they can. It's Vince McMahon. He can make miracles happen, I'm sure. And yeah, it's just claimed another victim.
Yep.
So that's why Prime Minister Abe doesn't want to give up just yet, because he can always postpone the Olympics. They said he can always move the Olympics. He doesn't have to do it in like summertime. He just needs to do it in the year of 2020.
Right.
Which I think, and actually this ties into what we're talking about right now in Japan. I think that he should delay it until September, because there was already issues of it being too hot. It was going to be too hot, too humid. They were worried about people like passing out.
Yeah.
So it was like, why not just delay it till like September? So when it cools down a bit.
Right. We don't want the Sakura prophecy to come completely true.
Right. So, yeah, when I was out there, I actually did want to go to Olympic Village. And I found it, but all of a sudden it got super windy. It was like 40-mile-per-hour winds. It was like, I weigh 280, and it was blowing me over.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and then on top of that, I was going to take like 2 trains, and then I was going to have to take the bus. And I was like, I was okay with the trains, but when I was going to take the bus, I never do well on the bus. I always get lost.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes even go the wrong direction going to San Francisco, Japantown.
Oh, wow.
And I've been there tens and tons of times, and I still once in a while go the opposite direction. So I was like, I really don't want to get on the bus, go the wrong way, end up on the opposite side of the city, and yeah. So yeah, I decided to not go, and so I was like, yeah, it sucks, but it's unfortunate.
Right.
I was reading up on it too. What they did was they actually built the Olympic Village with like lumber from different provinces in Japan, different prefectures and all that. And on the lumber, they actually wrote where it came from. So you can actually see like Hokkaido, Osaka, Kyoto, where it came from, basically. You can see all the different Saitama. You can see it. And then what they're going to do is when they dismantle it, they're going to send all the lumber back to those prefectures. And then they're going to use that lumber to just build other structures. So like other homes or farms.
So they're going to recycle.
Yeah, they're going to recycle it. So, okay. But right now you can see all the lumber was used from all the different forests and trees from all the different prefectures in Japan. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good note. And the fact that they're going to recycle it afterwards, too. I thought that was really, really interesting. But, again, it was... I went to the cat temple, and it was basically, the good luck cat, the one that has its paw up like that.
Yeah.
It was that temple. And so I bought little good luck figurines, too, from the temple. And they give you a printout of the story, and they talk about how it was an Inaumasa. Inaumasa. He was basically out hunting, and then he saw a cat that was kind of like doing that paw motion.
Yep.
And so he tracked it, and apparently the cat beckoning him saved him from getting hit by lightning.
Oh, wow.
And so that's why he built that temple there in honor of the cat, because he's like, yo, this cat was a bro, saved my life, so we're going to build a temple for him. And Inaumasa, it took him like 3 Samurai Warrior games to finally get introduced to his character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he finally got debuted in Samurai Warriors 3. Yeah, so oh, okay. But yeah,
nice.
So it was cool. But then like I said, it started getting super windy, and I was like, So I just went to Akihabara and did some shopping, and then went back to my room, and then I met up with my friend, who I told him that, yo, let's meet up, and then let's go get ramen. And he's all like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to take you on a ramen crawl. I was like, really? So he took me here. This was seafood ramen. Like, that's actual, like, salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's seafood. And then he took me to this one, crab ramen.
Ooh, nice.
So, and then you can see the crab right there. And
that's crab?
That's pork, and that's crab.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah,
that doesn't look like crab.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then he was like, let's go get coffee. So then we ended up going to... I finally got chocolate gâteau.
Oh.
Because it's pretty good. It was like chocolate cake.
Okay.
Like a more bitter chocolate cake. So, and then that's the cream right there. So, you did.
Yeah.
So, it was really, really, really interesting. So...
Hanako.
Yeah. I won that postcard. So.
That's the one you won?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I just noticed in the background the chibis.
Oh, yeah.
This wasn't there. I swear to you, this was not there. When I was walking by, I was like, where did this come from? The Kimono Michi display just popped up out of nowhere. I was like, okay. So, yeah. This was your favorite. Was it Carmilla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roman just likes Carmilla. He just likes everyone named Carmilla.
Just about. Also, I did kind of start liking the princess after she started getting kind of masochistic.
The main gate to Cat Temple.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and that's also what I wanted to kind of do too this time. I wanted to go and do kind of touristy stuff. So, and I know I sent Roman the Godzilla statue.
Yeah.
From Toho, and then I guess right next to it, that was Toho Cinemas. I believe there was some sort of like a viewing gallery or a museum somewhere around there as well, but it was like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock on Sunday night, so I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bother. But yeah, that was over at in Ginza area. So yeah, Ginza is like a lot of restaurants, clubs, shopping. Yeah, very like downtown kind of an area. But yeah, yeah, because like I said, I'm doing prep work for my December trip,
right,
because I want the guys, the homies that I'm coming with, we have an agenda, know how much to spend, how much to bring. Do we want to take a Shinkansen, the bullet train, and go like south, go north? Are we going to stay pretty much in Tokyo? How do we get there? So like I said, I don't get lost. That's very important.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I was just kind of like, let me just walk around all of this. I did want to go to the Cat Love Shrine. So the Cat Shrine of Love, but I didn't get a chance. I ran out of time. So
that wasn't safe for work.
Yeah, no. That's where the cat girls come out.
Yeah.
So was it bless you, Elon Musk? But yeah. I spent almost all day Sunday at Nakano Broadway, which is basically like cheaper Akihabara.
Oh really?
So yeah. I need to start going there first before I go to Akihabara. It's like Akihabara, though, has more of the latest and greatest, but it's kind of like as things filter out from Akihabara, then they just go to Nakano Broadway and they just get like even more discounted.
Okay.
But they do carry a lot of the similar stuff. But Akihabara will always have like the latest and greatest, and then you just might find it cheaper at Nakano Broadway. So it's typically how it goes. But yeah, that was it was good, and so they are dealing with Corona-chan just like they normally would. Again, Prime Minister is trying to keep a lid on things, but I've been saying that if he was lying about his numbers, if there are really more Japanese that are infected or sick or dying, there are SJWs and protesters and activists and feminists that would have no problem exposing him. So if that hasn't happened yet, it could be that they really are keeping a clamp on it. But there's no increase in face masks. There's no breakup of gatherings. I mean, there's still crowds everywhere. And quite the opposite. There was a lot of travelers. There was a lot of tourists. I was leaving, or in my hotel alone, I heard like French, I heard German, I heard like an Icelandic, like Swedish maybe, language. And then as I was leaving the Retro Game Store in Akihabara, I heard some guy say, yeah, man, you don't find a place like this out in LA. I was like, this dude's from California. So I was like, yeah, everybody was there. Americans were there, Europeans were there. Yeah, it didn't stop. Tourism did not stop. Japan is just trucking along as usual. There's just as many face masks over there as there's ever been. And again, they were already a very paranoid and clean country to begin with. So a virus outbreak, if it did hit them, I'm sure that they would already be prepared, because cleanliness, washing your hands, using hand sanitizer, staying clean is already halfway there. Mm-hmm. So anybody that gets infected at that point would just need to be treated. They would need like the medicines, the antibacterials, or antiviral, I should say, and whatnot. And so they would need to be treated and maintained. But not contracting it, I think they're already pretty much like by default halfway there. So again, if the Prime Minister is lying, though, that's another thing. But again, we've been doing this for almost a month now, ever since they've really been talking about it.
Yeah.
And they haven't exposed him yet. So I don't know. You know, and he's not authoritarian like the Chinese government, or, you know, they'll lock you up or jail you.
Yeah.
Again, if I'm wrong, then they've done a good job pulling the wool over my eyes. But I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it. And I've been there twice now in about 3 weeks. And it's just business as usual, you know? And when I'm going through customs, they're all like, you've been to Japan a lot. Like, my passport is nothing but stamps from Japan. And then I get to the hotel, and they were like, have you been here before? I was like, oh, yeah, this is like my 5th time. They were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, love you guys. And they're like, wow. And then I'm talking to my guy, and he's just like, man, you've spent so much money in here. They should just give you honorary citizenship. I'm like, yo, man, that's on you guys. I was telling them that when I go into the shops, they get so excited to see me because I just make their daily sales goal.
Yeah.
Again, at GameStop, when we was retail, you had daily sales goals. And with the daily sales goal was always to make more money than you did the previous year. And then at the end of the week, make more money at the end of the week than you did the previous year. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah, they see me walking through and I just drop 50, 80, $100 on weeb stuff. They get so happy. They're like, I just made my sales goal. I can go home for the rest of the day. Don't need to sell anything else. So, and I mean, I've had this conversation many times with Roman, and I'm like, you know, the prices are like a third of what we pay out here. If we go to a convention hall or dealer's hall out here, you're paying double to triple the price.
Yeah.
You know, and over there, you know, it's you know, they what they do now is they actually buy your prize figures off of you. So if you get it and then you don't want it, they'll just buy it from you from like 300 yen, which is about like, let's say $3.
Yeah.
And they'll just buy it and then they'll turn around and sell it for like 12. So, you know, it's almost like a GameStop model. But what was particular about Roman's interest is when I was there in 2018, the last time I was there was no Bang Dream. And then between 2018 and this time, Bang Dream has exploded. Like, there's Bang Dream prize figures, there's Nesso berries, there's acrylic. I bought Roman the 5th year anniversary art book. They were on New Type magazine too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I was like, what happened? So what is it, on season 3 of the anime?
Yeah, season 3 is coming to an end.
And we don't even have season 2 of No Game No Life. We don't have season 2 of Shimonetta. Come on. Wow. We don't even have season 3 of One Punch Man. We have 3 seasons of Bang Dream. Wow.
Well, to be fair, One Punch Man ended a couple seasons ago, so... They spread out the season 2 and 3 for like a year for Bang Dream, so... But there was a concert movie that came out where all the bands had set lists and went through like a whole set.
I was going to say, how does that play? I was like, well, how long is that concert? Like 2 hours?
I don't know. The only place I found it, they were like people saying, "Oh, we just did it because we're fans and we wanted to," but they're not like official subtitlers.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't download it because I didn't want to, have bad subtitles.
Interesting. Because it's like every band is like, what, 4 girls, right?
5.
5 girls?
Because you got a bassist, a guitarist, a lead singer, a drummer, and a keyboardist / DJ. Because the Bear is a DJ.
They had merch of the Bear.
Of Michelle.
Yeah, they had merch of the Bear.
I have 2 Nessos of Michelle.
Jeez. Oh man. Yeah, there was a lot. It exploded, man. It's like you go over there, man. You're that's all you. That's all your turf, your territory.
Nice.
I from the last time I went, I started seeing they have merch of the Olympic mascots, and they have like plushies. They have them on shirts. They have them as prize figures.
Oh, really?
They actually have those as prize figures. Yeah, from like Crane Games. And then they even have like the FGO, those little Gunpla.
Yeah.
They have them in those as well. They have Gunpla of the Olympic mascots.
Huh.
So I was like, wow. But I just ended up buying plushies. I was thinking about buying them ever since the last time. Because, it's commemorative. So
yeah. I
was like, let's mark the occasion. And I actually like the designs. They kind of remind me of Latios and Latias from Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. And then when you're walking through the airport, they actually have an animation. So they made like a little like preview of them doing Olympic sports and all that. So it's pretty dope.
Cool.
Yeah, and then walking through the airport, you saw they decorated it with like Mario and all the characters. And on Facebook, I took a picture of I took the Mario and Luigi one, and then I took Rosalina and Daisy, and I was actually stunned to see that Rosalina is really like blowing up. Right? Rosalina is one of the more recent characters, but she's already like part of the official like Mario crew. So props to her. Rosalina is one of my favorites. So.
She's the one from like
Galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah, the sky blue one.
Yeah.
She's in Smash. She's in Mario Kart. Yeah. So.
Well, anybody in a Mario game has to go into a Mario Kart game.
Eventually, yeah. So props to her, man.
Even Sonic was invited.
Yeah, but Sonic is a whore.
Yeah.
So you don't do anything. Yeah, but that's the one with the Luma. That's from Smash, and then the one right next to it, that's the Mario Party one. So
Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party got their own amiibos.
Okay.
So yeah, but the one with the Luma, that's the Smash Brothers amiibo.
Cool.
So, cool. Yeah. I went crazy. I bought everything. I'm looking at my Da Vinci Nesoberry, $13. They had the waiver Nesoberry, but then I was like, because the Nessos are so clunky to bring on, like, to pack, and it's like, that's why I was like, I don't want to go overboard.
Right.
But I was like, ugh. And then they had the smaller one. They had a smaller version of it, but they also had Reina's. But, so, have you seen Reina's in this size?
No.
So it's only the smaller one. That's what I thought.
Yeah, just a smaller one, I think. The mascot plushie.
Yeah, she wasn't popular enough, I guess. That's unfortunate. And I think gray is available in all sizes, though, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're coming out with the standard size Nesso
for gray.
For gray.
So I opted out. They had this kind of a pillow for all of the quintuplets, and they're all like in their maid outfits.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the Ichika one, and I was like, oh, I kind of want it. I'm gonna literally have to bring that on the plane though, and everyone's gonna look at me with my body pillow in first class. They're like, weeb.
Right.
But again, it's just packing it. How you can pack it, that's the issue. That's always the issue. That's the problem, is how do you pack it? And so I opted not to get it. But yeah, I was like, ugh. But I am happy to see that there's a lot of Ichika merch, because I thought it was all going to be like Nino. I'm sorry, not Nino, Miku. But there was a lot of Nino, surprisingly. And it's like, I didn't know that Nino was that popular. But yeah, Nino is very, very popular. But then Ichika too. Ichika caught me off guard, because I was like, oh, no one ever talks about Ichika, even though she's very cosplayed. I guess it's an easy cosplay to pull off, but I didn't think that there was going to be as much merch as I've found. So I've been building my Ichika collection.
Okay.
Yeah, and then went to the bookstore. I bought some more Comiket
Dojins.
Yeah, both H and non-H. So.
I remember you posted that in the Discord.
Yeah, that was for somebody that's a big Mordred fan. I got Orange Maru's Mordred Dojin. So, yeah. And I got like Raita's book as well. So I have all 3 Raita books now. So, pretty proud of that. But yeah. So, it was good times. I was able to touch base with my friend. I did some reconnaissance. Yeah, and then, like I said, last night, Shotgun Shogun was there in Shinjuku Park, and I was like, man, I'm just happy that it's not just me, that people are seeing an opportunity to travel, and they go and they take it. And this ties into what we said about Corona-chan earlier, and that's, I'm not going to tell people what they should or shouldn't do. I'm just going to tell you to evaluate your options. You know your own health.
Mm-hmm.
You know how often you've seen the doctor. You know how often you've gotten sick. And you know what your body can and can't do. And if you can handle it, I would say, travel. Take this opportunity. If you can find a cheap flight, cheap airfare, cheap hotel, take it. But don't jeopardize yourself. If you know you catch a cough just by staying outside for 3 hours, maybe traveling is not the best for you. You're right. But if you are healthy, if you are sound of body and mind, this is really a good opportunity. Like I said, in Japan particularly, they are 0 Fs to give. It's just business as usual over there. And yeah, I had fun. I had a lot of fun. The people are great as well. They're always helpful and great and wonderful. And I love hanging out with my guy over there. He always finds the best spots. He really does. And yeah, like I said, it's just good. My mom is over here like, why don't you just like look into teaching over there? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to live out there though. It's great to go in and visit and tourist and buy cheap weeb stuff. But in terms of living, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's so consolidated. Maybe that's what's kind of a turnoff to me. But at the same time, too, it's like the train system is so great. You can pretty much get anywhere on the trains. You can just figure it out through Google Maps and the subway maps. So
yeah.
But yeah, like you could literally take local subway to like Tokyo Station, and from Tokyo Station just switch over to the bullet train to Shinkansen, and then go anywhere, literally anywhere in the country. So yeah. Yeah, but I think that that's it for me for now for Japan. I think I'm going to take a break from that. I don't want to. If Trump gives me $1,000, I'll reconsider. But for now, I think that yeah, we won't push my luck. And as of now, this is like day 3 now that I've been home, and no side effects, not feeling anything. So I pray to Madoka that we keep it that way, that I didn't catch Corona-chan, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anything is possible, so.
Yeah, it's usually 48 hours, they say.
Oh, yeah?
Where you start getting symptoms.
Oh.
I think it's about 48 hours.
Well, so far, so good. So yeah, we'll stay on top of it. But yeah.
Yep. I still want to take a trip down there, but...
Well, you said you were stationed out there, weren't you?
Yeah, but I was in Misawa, which is all the way up at the northern tip of the island.
Oh, yeah.
And I was security forces, so I was always working.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
Yeah. I did go snowboarding once, and that was interesting.
Nice. Yeah, because that one really hits hard with snow, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bruh, when I got in there on Saturday night, it started snowing. I was like, are you kidding me? What the hell? It was 1 degree Celsius.
Was it?
Yeah. I texted, I was messaging my friend. I was like, bro, is it snowing? He goes, yeah, it's sleet. So it's like, it's raining, but then it'll start snowing, and then it'll turn back into rain. I'm like, wow. So I did what any other normal person did, and I checked into my hotel, and then I immediately went to Akihabara. You know, I had to go to Don Quixote. I had to get some food and supplies and all that, you know. So I was like, well, I'm not going to starve, and the konbini is not really going to hold me off. I want something a little bit more substantial, so yeah.
Right.
So I still went to Akihabara and got some supplies, and I did a brief walkthrough because it was getting late. It was like 6 o'clock at night, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But and like I said, then 2 days later it was super windy, and I was like, "What is going on?" So yeah,
it's just crazy weather.
Yeah, man, it's not Corona-chan, it's Mother Nature herself. So
no, we've had a few bad storms when I was out there.
Jeez.
Yeah, I did slip on the snow once on the flight line.
Oof.
Everybody was around. They saw me. It's like, God, that sucks. I tried to play it off like I thought nobody saw, so I got up as fast as I could. And my sergeant's like, I saw you.
Thanks, Sarge. Oh my goodness.
I was like, no, you didn't. You didn't see anything.
Well, it's up to you, man. If you get enough money, you're more than welcome to join us in December. So we'll do a podcast recording from December.
Yeah.
From Japan. From Japan, we'll do a podcast recording.
We'll see if I can save some money.
There you go.
My boss hasn't given me a raise in like a year or so.
Oh. All right.
Been stuck at what I've been stuck at. And right now, that's only good enough for my bills and stuff. So, and gotcha games.
the important stuff. The important stuff. Yeah. Actually, the last time that I was there, it's not this trip, but the one before. I bought these like FGO charms from the Babylonia.
Yeah.
And the woman that sold them to me, she's all like, "Oh, if you like Fate stuff, on the 5th floor is more Fate stuff." And I was like, "Did I really out myself that one easily?" Oh, jeez.
Or maybe she just saw an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's more stuff on the 5th floor.
Yeah, buy our stuff. We like taking your money. We don't care what nationality you are. We'll take your money.
I would say it's all green, but I forget what color the money is in Japan.
No, it's all kinds of colors. It's like tan paper or tan background, and then there's like blue. There's like a purplish one. Yeah.
It's all rainbows.
Yeah, it's all rainbows. I think my Japanese teacher, when I was taking Japanese language, she said that they were like artists and poets, I believe she said.
On the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not political figures like it is here?
No.
With the presidents?
No. What's in this bag here, that tote bag, when I went to this, that was from Nakano Broadway. And so I went to the shopkeeper lady, and I said, sumimasen, kaban onegaishimasu. Bag please. And then she goes, "Oh, hi." And then she goes up to the front, because this was in the front of her store. And then she starts pulling it down, and I was like, arigatou gozaimasu, hokusai. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, hokusai." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." So we had that little interaction right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hokusai's famous, though.
Yeah, Hokusai.
Even before Fate.
Even before you got gender bent in FGO. The depiction in FGO is kind of like skirts the line because everyone wants to call it gender bent. But no, Hokusai is the octopus. So it is still like, it's like calling it Orion, but Orion's the bear,
Yeah.
It skirts the line.
Species bent.
Yeah, and honestly, that was actually one of the things I was really trying to hunt down was at, I think, FanFest last year, they actually were selling the Toto-sama plushies, the octopus plushies. I really, really, really wanted to buy one of those. I could not find it. I found a bunch of other FanFest merch from last year, but so that was 4-year anniversary. I found a bunch of it, but I didn't find any Toto-sama. And so then I was like, well, they usually bring the stuff out here in the States after the character debuts in FGO USA, but Corona-chan came and just kind of put a halt to the con season. So now it's like, well, so much for that.
I know I saw it on eBay. I don't know if it was that specific one.
Yeah.
But I saw it was kind of a bigger plush. It was like big.
Yeah. Looks about right.
But they wanted like $200 for it.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. That's right. So, and it's like, and they're not talking about any tour dates right now in America. Like, so they had the one in Australia, but that's Australia. Right. But in America, they're not talking anything. They're not talking about any stops or any tours. And AX is, even though AX is 4th of July weekend, that's up in the air. So
yeah.
I mean, I think that AX will still carry on because Evo also put out their statement saying that they're analyzing the situation, but for now, the show goes on. So I don't see them canceling it.
Right.
But who knows? I don't think that's it, it's their call. I think it's the hotel's call. It's Mandalay Bay's call.
On whether they cancel it or not.
Yeah, because right now all the casinos are closed.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, they're losing a lot of money.
And what's funny is that I had just shared an article earlier this week saying that they were wide open. Like, it was just business as usual. There was Elvis in a wheelchair just humming along. And it was like Vegas didn't care. And then finally they were like, you know what? Because of the governor's order and all of that, we're going to close down, and there you go.
Yeah.
So, finally. And I think that my last point, or my last hope, at least for Corona-chan, is all these hotels and theme parks that are closed down because of this, I really hope that they are cleaning up, and this would be a great time to do maintenance on all the rides. So I hope that's what they're doing. They're like tweaking them all and oiling them all and all of that stuff. Replacing the parts up. So I hope that that's what they're doing. But
we'll see.
In regards, and in Japan too, about Corona, they did close, like, or was it Universal Studios? I think closed, and Disney closed. But but most other tourist attractions are not closed. It's like Tokyo Tower is still up, the temples are still up. Nothing really closed other than that.
Does Tokyo Tower still have that One Piece thing going on?
Yeah, and then as a matter of fact, they have like a stage play, a One Piece stage play that they actually show like right there in Tokyo Tower.
Nice.
So
that'd be one of the things I'd go see. The One Piece thing.
They were actually selling One Piece figurines in the airport.
Oh, were they?
Because they had like Akihabara things, and so they had Gundam and they had One Piece. They had a bunch of figures like right there in the airport. I was like, really? And then so I was walking by and I see all the One Piece like wanted posters, and I was like, why does Chopper only have 100 berries?
Because he's the pet. They don't think he's much of a threat.
That's what that's what they were telling me.
Mm-hmm. Which is his nickname is Cotton Candy Lover. Cotton Candy Lover Chopper.
Wow. And
he's the pet, so that's why he's only 100.
So they do realize he like goes Hulk and punches people, right?
Nobody who sees it lives.
No, that's what I was going to say. No one ever lives to tell. Okay.
It was the same with like. Well, I guess the opposite would be Usopp. Mm-hmm. His new nickname is God Usopp because of the whole the whole thing with Don Quixote do Flamingo.
Mm-hmm.
All the people were calling him God Usopp, and then his bounty jumped up to like 300 million from like 20 mil to like 300 mil.
Wow.
It's like, Jesus.
Amazing.
Chopper, on the other hand, is still stuck at 100.
Yeah.
Which is double what it used to be.
Oh, wow. He's coming up in the world.
Yeah, it was 50.
I thought that was funny. I was like, what? Because everyone else, is like millions and millions. And like even like Nico Robbins, like 150 million and all of that. And then Chopper's just 100. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He's like the most dangerous one.
He's not too happy about it either. He wants a good bounty.
That's good. That's good that they actually play off of it. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, they always look forward to seeing their new bounties.
Jeez.
Usually it's just Luffy and Zoro who get a upgrade. But after Doflamingo, everybody got an upgrade.
Wow. Actually, funny enough, speaking about that, you know that Fanime, in quite the contradiction to all the drama going on, actually announced the voice actress for Nico Robin is coming to Fanime.
The English or Japanese?
Japanese.
Oh, the Japanese one?
Yeah.
Who else has she done? I know she's done some other people.
I only know her as Nico Robin and Ritsuko from Evangelion, the blonde doctor lady.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are who took her. She also, I believe, actually was the one who sang the Cruel Angel's Thesis.
Oh,
they have done versions with other characters, like Megumi Hayashibara did one too, and Asuka's voice actress did one too. But the original one that they use on like the TV opening, I believe that's her singing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That song's in Bang Dream.
Of course.
The game.
Of course it is.
Rosalia does the cover.
And I need to watch, apparently, season 1, though, to get to Hentai Haven-chan.
Well, season 1 shows you how Poppin' Party got put together and everything.
Yeah, but I need to get to Hentai Haven-chan to bless and thank Dodongo, Chichango-sama. Dodumbo.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. God damn. All right.
We're saving her from her sickness.
We're saving her from Corona-chan.
Yeah.
See? Ron couldn't get over it.
Yeah. But it was all thanks to Mocha, though.
Yeah.
She came up with the idea.
I'm over here messaging Roman like, yo, is this your Bang Dream waifu? He's like, they're all waifus. It's like, that doesn't help. There's so much crap. I'm like, what is this? I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, you only remember this character because I posted the prize figure I wanted.
Right.
Because I have the other 3. There's 2 others that I need. I need her and I need Misaki. But
no luck.
I don't think they had Misaki. I don't think she's out yet.
Yeah.
But Canon, I know, is in the prize figure like games. So I was hoping you'd find her.
Yeah, we need people to win it and not need her, and then sell them to the store so I can go buy it.
Yeah, or I can just buy it from a Tokyo Otaku Mode and wait a couple months after.
It's true. I know that might be what we have to do for the Lukoa to Nesso Berry. I just have to buy it and wait.
She's $18 on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that.
So
I'll swoop on that. $18 is good for me.
Yeah. You just gotta wait till like May, I think. Which is like a couple months away.
Yeah, we're already in the middle of March. So why not? End of March almost. But yeah, all right. We'll talk.
Yeah. They have all the other ones on there too. Like they have the Mashu, they have the Da Vinci, they have Jaguar Warrior.
The Mashu one where she's in her casual outfit with glasses, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that I asked you about. I messaged you and I was like, yeah, do you want this Mashu? And you're like, no. She's gonna cock block me from all my other Chaldea waifus.
Yeah.
Senpai.
Especially if I got a Matahari, if they make that.
Oh boy.
She's like always on him about Matahari.
Oh boy. Oh man. Yeah.
And maybe Osakata Hime. If they ever make one.
So that's a day one buy for me again. It's an instant buy. Yeah, they had that. They had Fujimaru, the main character, and then they still had some Semiramis. I was like, oh my god.
I have a Semiramis.
Yeah.
I got that from Toriba.
Yeah. They had a couple of her. They actually had a couple of Da Vinci's too. I think they had like 3 of them. I bought this one. So
Da Vinci's cool.
Romani was like $50. I was all like, what? I thought Romani was, nobody liked Romani. I guess they do. I guess he was pretty popular.
Guess so. For 50?
Yeah.
It's even more than the conventions.
Yeah. And his real life waifu Da Vinci is 13. Maya Sakamoto and that guy, they're married.
Yeah.
So, in FGO he does Tawada Tota. So you'll be seeing a lot of him in the Camelot OVA. Rice Archer?
He does Tota?
Yeah, he does Tota. I don't know. I think that might be his only character. So he did Tota, and then he does Romani.
Okay.
So that actually might be fun, because you're going to see Romani and Tota talking in Camelot OVA, yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm more interested in Buddha.
Sunzang?
Yeah.
Sunzang, her voice actress, she only did Sunzang, but she also does Canis.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. So she's now doing a second character, so.
Cool. Who isn't even available yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we're waiting. We're waiting. Yeah.
I will say that thanks to the Saber Wars and I think the last banner, I now have more sabers than I do any class. I have like 16.
Yeah, but do you have Artoria?
That'll be tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going for it tomorrow.
All right. And then you're going to get your Trump money and just feel like, I need Artorian. Good.
Because, I mean, she's coming on to the Saber Wars, and then the class banner starts tonight, too.
Stick to the Saber Wars.
Oh, I am. I mean, it's practically the same thing, but I think I have a better chance because she's right up.
One of the reasons why Shotgun Shogun, that I was telling you about, went to the park, Shinjuku Park in Japan, he got frustrated with FGO is because of one of the class summons. He was trying to get Milftoria, and he ended up with 2 Karnas.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, the class summons, they're nice, but...
You have a harder time getting them.
Yeah, because you're sharing the pool with everybody. 4s and 5s. Yeah. So it's rough. It's nice, but it's rough. Yeah. Really rough.
Yeah, I was going to stick with the Mysterious Heroine X one.
Yeah,
figured it was a better shot.
Yeah, better odds. So, did you get Mordred yet?
I've had Mordred. Remember I told you. I went to try for her. I didn't try for her. I actually tried for Drake. And I got her in the Drake banner.
Good.
I mean, she's leveled up, but I don't use her.
Wow.
But there's a lot of servants that I don't use that I've leveled up, so... she's not the only one.
Like Artoria?
I do have Alter, so... I do technically have an Artoria.
Yeah. So, no, that's all you need, honestly. Just Grail her to 90, you won't even tell the difference.
Well, I gotta Grail 10 to 100 first.
Fair enough.
And then we'll think about Artoria. Because I want to do one from each class, but I don't think I'll have enough Grails for that. And I've already... Have I done my Saber? No, I haven't done a Saber yet.
To Grail?
Yeah. I've done Nitocris, who was my first, and then Quetz was my second, and now I'm working on Pen. So yeah, I haven't done a Saber yet.
Okay.
So maybe she'll get it. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you finish the story at least for Saber Wars?
Yeah, I did that last year too, though. Because I remember I have a Lily from last time.
Yeah, I'm almost done clearing the shop. I have like almost 300 statues of all kinds, so I don't need to clean the shop out this time. And statues will be coming back, I believe, at the Guildfest's slot machine. So I really, really don't need statues. So I just need to clean out the like phoenix feathers, basically the tubes. That's the one I'm working on right now. Mm-hmm. So I think I need like 1,000 or 1,200, and then I'm done. And then I can focus on Altrium. It's so dumb. This story is so dumb, but yeah,
it's fun though.
Yeah, it's dumb, but it's fun. Yeah, I like I said, it has extra. It has the extra reference of Nero, Tamamo, and Emiya, Shiro. Yeah. So, I can't get mad. But yeah. Oh, I do want to mention one thing. So what's funny was that I said this on Facebook, but my hotel was right around the corner from Shiseido, which is the publishing arm of Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they also published Rurouni Kenshin.
Right.
So, of course, obviously, they licensed them to Shonen Jump to print those there, but when it came to publishing, the standalone mangas, that's all them.
Right.
So, they had a gallery in there of like all the like art and all of that, and they had the one badass shot I love because it has Kanao in like this action pose.
Yeah.
So I really, really love this one. That one is like my favorite. I want that on a poster. I really like that one.
Nice.
And then on the other side, they have this one. They were actually selling this one as a tapestry, but it's kind of like all the roles are reversed. So you have Nezu, Jito, and then Tashino, and then Inosuke, and then it's Zenitsu as Inosuke's boar hat. Yeah, I really, really love that one. That was great. But yeah, Yeah, it was. I was so sad. There was a bean of Kanao, but outside of that, was like all the other Kanao merch, and there was absolutely no Mitsuri merch. I was like, "Where's Love Hashira?" At best, it was like some Shinobu merch, but it's like
Shinobu was the best though.
Mitsuri, Team Mitsuri all the way. But yeah, that was really interesting, and. You know that we've evolved because the last time I was there, or the last couple of times I was there, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all the Boku Hero merch was like super expensive. $50, $40, $80, $100. And now all that stuff is like $20. The Demon Slayer stuff is all $40, $50, $80, $100. I'm like, damn! Price figures for like $45. I'm like, get out of here. No way. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I went to Kittyland in Shibuya.
Yeah.
And they have a rack of all like Demon Slayer stuff. And it was all the official merch. And it was like, there was like all sorts of people just kind of like rooting through it. And I'm just kind of like, I'm never going to get in there, am I? So I'm just kind of like peeking over everybody looking to see what they got. And nothing really stood out to me that was like super like interesting or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got those character themed chopsticks, but yeah, after that was about it. So maybe next time when they release some more merch, or after the movie comes out, we might see some merch for other characters. So
when is the movie coming out? Have they released a date?
No, but considering that the theaters are closed, we'll see what happens. Because that could delay, like, Heaven's Feel coming out. Because Heaven's Feel is, next month, I believe.
Oh, was it in April?
I believe so. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then I think... But I do think they said August? I want to say July or August for Infinity Train. Demon Slayer Infinity Train.
Okay, end of summer then.
Yeah. So, and then Season 2 in January. Cross your fingers.
Yeah.
So... but yeah. So, yeah, Demon Slayer is now where Boku Hero is. Which is funny because that is what happened. Demon Slayer overtook Boku Hero in manga and whatnot, in manga sales. So, yeah, that reflects the popularity. So, I do want to end real quick, segueing off Japan rant about that. And I will try to keep my rant brief, but... I showed Roman before we started recording the new Warriors that Marvel is putting out, Marvel released. Yeah. And they look like trash. And I'm all like, bro, if this is what you call a superhero in the modern age, they are not inspiring. No. For hell's sake, man, look, we just had like Chris Evans Captain America. Look how like inspiring he was. He's kind of like a dork in real life with his politics, but the way that he portrayed Captain America, you can't argue with him on that. He did a great job. It was inspiring. It was good. Yeah. And then you see these guys, and it's like, ugh.
Who are these catered to?
Yeah, it's like, what? Oh my goodness. And so I told Roman, I was like, Roman, this is why Marvel Comics is dying. This is why they're losing to Boku Hero. Boku Hero, an anime weeb movie, made 28 million global. 28 million global. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if Shonen Jump buys Marvel Comics. Not the movies, mind you, but the Marvel Comics line. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if any Japanese company just buys it. Just to have it, just to make like Spider-Man manga again. But you can't. It's just. This is why people are flocking to anime, because it's just whatever they feel like. It's just the inspiration flows. But in American comics scene, it's like, what are you doing? Who are you appealing to? Who's watching this? It's hot trash, man. And I'm just like flipping out, and I'm like, wow, you guys are murdering this industry. You guys are absolutely killing it, man. Absolutely murdering it. And I'm like, I'm glad. Thank you for the reminder of why I transitioned to anime and the Japanese stuff, because this American stuff is just brutal. Yeah. You guys are just, it's like they waited for Stan Lee to just drop dead, and now they're just all like, let's just go crazy. And then, then they want to make the argument that, well, it's always had social justice issues. And it's all like, yes, they've always dealt with issues that reflected the modern times. But at the same time, it was always about the superhero overcoming the issue. They did deal with things that we dealt with. But the struggle was, how do they overcome that and still be superheroes? How do they be beyond being normal and average? That was the point. And It's like, now it's just like we get to they're average and normal. And that's it. And it's like, that's not inspiring. That's like nothing. That's like just hanging out. It's like, I don't want that. I want to see the supernatural. I want to see Robert Downey Jr. being a dickbag as Tony Stark, but he still saves the day in the end because it's the right thing to do. Right. That's what we're saying. That's what we're talking about. So it's like, do you want to see Snowflake and Safe Space?
Which are actually names to the superheroes.
I can't even say that right. Or do I want to go see All Might beat that ass? And then Froppy.
Yeah.
See, even Froppy, just saying that name is so cute and adorable. And Froppy. And Roman can't get mad, even though she's voiced by Aoi Yuki. Ha ha ha!
I don't know why you seem to think I hate Aoyuki.
I don't know. This is my running meme, I guess. So, because I'm Madoka.
Well, Madoka was kind of useless in her show until the last episode.
So, but yeah. I'm gonna end on this note. So about Aoi Yuki then. So if Roman, if you were one of those guys that were lucky to get called by Aoi Yuki, would you get punched by her?
Punched? What do you mean?
So there was two raffles that she did.
Right.
One was if you won the raffle, she gets to punch you in the chest, and you can either do. She used the Capcom style, so it was jab, medium, fierce.
Okay.
And then the second one was, if you got selected, she got to spank you with a paper fan. So the question is, would you let Aoi Yuki spank you and or punch you?
Sure, why not?
There you go.
It's an interesting experience.
Yeah. Line out around the corner for that.
And I'll just imagine it's a better voice actress.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking on that part. Yeah.
So... yeah, that's all I got, man. I wanted to get in that little jab about superheroes because, again, why everyone is just all like, oh, why'd you go to Japan? Japan is like, Corona. And it's like, guys, Japan is not the worst country with infections, They're a notoriously clean country, and I'll vouch for them left and right until I'm proven otherwise, until someone shows me something or gives me evidence, and I'll look into it. But until then, it's like, they're kicking our ass, man.
I think right now the worst country is Italy. China's still pretty bad, but last I read, they have had a drop in the amount of infections.
Yeah, I take that with a grain of salt because, they could just be suppressing the information.
True.
So we'll see. We'll see when it comes to China. I did see that. And again, I'm always a dumb optimist, so I want to remain hopeful that, the cases will slowly but surely start petering out, especially as we get more aggressive on our treatments. So I do want to remain optimistic, but at the same time, too, I'm like, this ain't over until it's over. So we're just going to keep on trucking. And again, Japan is just putting out better products than us. And you know, it's like the only thing American-based that seems really interesting is like Doom Eternal. And I'll just wait until someone plays it at GDQ.
Right.
So, but other than that, man, they're wrecking us. Man, our comics are trash. Our cartoon shows are trash, and their anime and their manga is just whooping us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whooping us. So, yeah, that's all I got. I'm done. Good show, man. Good show.
Good
episode.
So I think that's pretty much it then.
Actually, even their idols are better than our characters, man. Who would you rather go see, Ariana Grande or Bang Dream? Just saying. Okay, I'm done.
I mean, you know my answer.
Rant done. Rant over.
All right. So, guess another 2 weeks before the next episode.
Right.
Probably not a Thursday, though, because you'll be back at work.
Yeah. No, we'll probably be back onto our regular schedule of recording on Mondays.
So the 30th?
Sounds good. And yeah, like I said, that episode might be our preview episode for the next season because, we've been kind of all over the place with anime this season.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have a more return to normalcy next season.
Hopefully.
But yeah.
I'm definitely doing much less.
Okay.
Because I kind of overwork myself.
Mm.
Because I said I was only going to do, 3 or 4 shows this time?
Right.
And then I was doing, 10 of the shows that I was trying to catch up on. That was stupid.
Brutal.
So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm doing 6 shows for next season, but I'm probably going to add 1 that I need to catch up on.
Okay.
That's only 7 shows. That should be easier to maintain.
For sure.
So, we'll discuss that when we do the episode.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, yeah. Until then, just keep yourselves clean. Wash your hands. Try not to be too close to anybody. But, just keep it safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Not saying not to talk to anybody else, but just, mind whether they're sick or not.
Right. Yeah, keep yourself safe. Keep your loved ones safe. And be clean.
Yes. So until the next episode, I'm Roman.
I'm Sanosuke-sama.
And we'll see you then.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.